Yeah, okay. Hi, namaste, vanakkam, sasrikal, gut and tag, and assalamu alaikum to one and all present here. My name is Irshad. I'm an architect. So there's a lot of people who were discussing about AI. Will that come into reality or not? Or like how is it taking a different leap in the face of design? Okay, so today we are going to discuss about like how the change is happening. And I would like to start with a video where I'll talk about like how we translated a design from AI and brought that into reality. And then we'll also discuss about how AI is helping all our planners and designers in presenting better and visualizing better. So let's start with it.
Hi, Namaste, Vanakkam, Assalamu Alaikum to everyone joining us. We're excited to take you behind the scenes of one of our most creatively fulfilling projects, a recent collaboration with the visionary Mr. Michael Ruiz in the Philippines. On the left, you'll see on-site production footage where design meets execution, from foam-wrapped structures to the intricate layering that brings each element to life. On the right, we've showcased the working drawings and 3D design process, the blueprint of our vision. Every curve, every contour was carefully mapped using parametric geometry and a deep understanding of form. इस प्रोजेक्ट की खास बात यह है कि इसका डिजाइन प्रेरित हुआ एक पारंपरिक दक्षिण भारतीय मिठाई अच्चू मुरुक्कू से। हाँ, सही सुना आपने, प्रेरणा कहीं से भी आ सकती है, यहाँ तक कि रसोई से भी। यह प्रोजेक्ट इस बात का उदाहरण है कि कैसे एआई, संस्कृति और 3D विजुअलाइजेशन मिलकर कुछ अद्भुत और यादगार बना सकते हैं। A heartfelt thanks to Mr. Michael Ruiz for this incredible collaboration.
Okay, so that was a little about like how we translated a design from a suite and we got inspired from the geometry of it and brought that into reality. Now I'm going to talk about like how artificial intelligence is evolving, why artificial intelligence is required. So we all have Pinterest. That is why we start a process of designing. We collect few images and we start curating design. But I'll tell you like why AI is required is like any design which you create in AI is a masterpiece. So no two similar designs can be created. Here I'd like to share one incident which recently happened when we were designing. So one of our client, we had designed one design for one of our client and he had executed it. But when we asked him, like he told like this didn't come into execution. So he told like this project is not happening. But one day we saw that image came onto the Instagram of his profile and we asked him like, can you show this image on Pinterest so that I would respect your design and not comment it as if it's mine. Okay, but he didn't have that possibility because this design was curated in AI. So whenever you design in AI, the design which comes is like pure of your taste and your style, which is not curated on Pinterest. So by this, what I'm trying to say you is like, every design you create in AI is a masterpiece, like how a painter has his own style. In the same way, AI also has its own style. For example, so I have 3 examples here just to show you like how AI is different. So the first one, it gives you a lot of iterations within seconds. Within 3 seconds, you can get 3 to 4 iterations. On the left-hand side, you see a board, which is like a bar, which we had created, but all the lines are straight. On the second one, you have a curvilinear bar. And in the third one, you have a different board. So each design is curated in a different iteration. And whenever your client asks, give me 2, 3 options in this, within seconds, you can generate this. Next, will AI replace humans? A person who knows AI will replace a person who doesn't know AI. But AI is not going to replace human. So human intelligence is also important to create something called artificial intelligence. By this, what I'm trying to explain you is like, if you know like what to ask to the client, so ask to the AI, that is what you will get. Okay? For example, I'm just going to show you the evolution of design. So initially we were sketching designs, then curating it, then came the digital version of it. Now it's AI. So you have your 4 a.m. friend, a bot, which is next to you. Any question you ask, it's going to answer for you. Okay, so this is my 4 a.m. friend. Whenever I ask a question, it answers it for me. If AI gives all the designs, what are we here for? So that's the next question. AI doesn't give what you think. AI gives what you ask for. It's as simple, you might think something, but you won't get the right result because you don't know how to ask the AI. I'm going to show you one example like how that works. So on the left-hand side, you see, on the right-hand side, you see an image which shows like where I've asked, give me a tree made up of a car. Okay, it's just a simple prompt which I've put. But on the left-hand side, if you see, I have given the scale, the proportion, the heights, and the prompting based on what scale you want. So something on the left is something which you would have dreamt of, something on the right which you would have just commented on. So that is how you need to be specific whenever you train your AI or ask a question with AI. Moving on, how is it's helping the wedding planners and designers for making presentations faster? Okay, so here I'm going to show you one example where we had curated this backdrop for engagement where the bride liked the wave format. So she is more towards water and things which is fluidic. So we created this and she was asking whether the water will flow on the aisle and will people be able to walk on it. So we gave a solution that we can create an aisle made up of glass where the water can flow beneath it. So this is how it looks. So within seconds, you can show the client like the water is going to flow and the people are going to walk on top of it. So this is how fast AI is. And for your SFX, so this is something which we curated as a futuristic mandap, which will look in 2030s, like how people were discussing previously. So if you want to show a smoke effect, within seconds, you can show a smoke effect in it. I believe that this played. Can you play this? Yeah, so yeah. So within seconds, you can show how the smoke effect is going to happen. Then moving on, we all know like Udaipur and Jaipur are the prime places where people love to get married. So in the future, what will happen is like more than having backdrop, palaces as your backdrop, people will be on floats. So we will get on floats and the backdrop will be like the palace and the weddings will happen on the lakes. Okay, so this is how we visualize future. And it's crazy that we want everybody to start visualizing things like these. Next, when we went to Goa, this is how the walkthrough looks like how people are being seated and like how it is going to be. When we went to Goa, so mostly the Goa weddings happen in front of a beach where the beach becomes the backdrop. But we wanted to plan something different for them. So we wanted to make a mid-water wedding where people are seated on floats and there's an aisle on where people can walk on it. Okay, so this is what we believe in our company, that this is how the future of wedding is going to be, where people are going to come up with different venues, not the regular ones. And moving on. So this is what we curated something for Bangalore, since we were doing a presentation here. As simple as this backdrop, which you can create in front of Bangalore Palace. Or like you want to go with something crazy, you can try doing it. So this concept was like creating the infinity with the heart shape kind of a structure in between. Then we wanted to show you how the video will look, how the sculpture gets in. So you have two hearts coming together, creating an infinity kind of a structure. If you want to go more crazy, since Bangalore is a place where you can try experimenting a lot of things, so you can do something of this sort in the evenings. Then you can make a person walk and see like how it looks. And if you want something on the day, and it needs to be very structural heavy, because we love huge structures, so you can do something of this sort, and then you can make a person walk. Okay, so this is something how we visualize the future is going to be. For me, what I believe is like AI can be the starting point of any design which you do, but it should not be the end point. Okay, so it takes a translation of design process where you create a concept in AI, then you curate that concept. For example, how we created a concept in AI, then we curated the working drawings for it. Since I'm from an architecture background, so we understand the structure and the materials in a more detailed way, where then we converted that into AI to reality kind of a concept. Moving on, so there are two types of process. One helps you to generate images. Next process helps to create the production drawing and then bring that into reality. I believe that this is how the future is going to be. If you don't start using AI, your clients will start using AI. So they will start giving you images and tell like, this is what we want, and this is what you need to design for our wedding. Okay? So this is how we curated the process. And there are a lot of softwares, if you're very, like you say, like, I want to sketch and design, I don't want to be a person like where I want to type and curate designs, you can also do that. So this was one event where we wanted to do a basic sketch and show this is how the Haldi backdrop is going to come. But this sketch doesn't appeal much. Within a second, we can change that sketch into a backdrop. Okay, if you want something similar on these lines for a Sangeet, you can change and make that into a Sangeet backdrop. So things like this is something which AI helps you to explore.